Welcome to another episode of the Shaved and Unshaved podcast. Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are on beautiful Mother Earth.
We're going for a walk through the park. We gotta carve our own path here. Got a beautiful, crisp Saturday afternoon. Got absolutely nothing to talk about. But we're gonna make this work. And we're glad that you can all come along for the ride. Should have brought gloves because my hands are already getting cold. Oy, oy, oy. Are you just gonna walk 3 steps behind me this whole time?
Well, kind of, because there's a very narrow path here, and I don't want to walk in the snow. Do you want to walk in the snow?
No, I don't really want to walk in the snow. We should have brought snowshoes. Canadian issued snowshoes. So, we got a hockey game to go to this week.
Mm-hmm.
You getting excited?
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah. The Winnipeg Jets play Phoenix, Arizona. Coyotes. I got to apologize for the shopping video. I know it sounded like I was complaining, and I truly do like spending money and being out in public, but I'd much rather be in nature amongst all the little critters, the birds chirping, sun shining. Oh, what's going on in here? Do we have a homeless encampment? Somebody tying tarps, living in the woods. Say hi to everybody, Real.
Hi to everybody. We're just walking,
Get some fresh air.
exercise.
I was really rattled yesterday after the conversation I got baited into. Stupid religious mumbo jumbo. My beliefs are my beliefs.
I'm curious to know, like, what did he say to you? What was his opening line of the conversation?
I don't know, he totally baited me. into some moral stance on who believes in Jesus more. I wasn't having it. Kids tobogganing. And you know, my beliefs are my beliefs. I'm not going to sit here and preach to you or any other human being on what they should or shouldn't believe in.
Oh, the whole world based off that idea.
Yeah. But
Vote for me. Watch my movie. Buy my records. Go to my concert.
yeah, I think the question was, what does Jesus mean to you, or something. And I'll give you a bit of my backstory. I was raised Catholic. I've been to the Vatican. I've taken my religious pilgrimage unknowingly. I've even written the Pope.
And he wrote you back?
And I got a letter back from the Bourges, which sent me down a whole rabbit hole of who the Bourges is. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into some moral religious argument with some idiot at the mall. And it's always based on morality. I told them, walk within the light if that's what you choose to do. But there are people who also walk within the darkness. And I'm a pretty positive person. I've had relationships with people of all ethnicities and faiths on this earth. Not all, but I claimed to him that, human beings believe in thousands of imaginary gods. Whatever it means to you, whatever helps you guide your life is most important. I just reminisce about the joke that I had that my father is Catholic and my mother is Wiccan, so that makes me Catholic. But yeah, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I mean, if somebody was standing over me with a machete telling me to believe in some metaphysical entity, you bet your bottom dollar that I would immediately and yeah, if it means you're gonna cut my head off, I'll believe in whatever character you need me to. So about 2 weeks ago, I cracked my skull on the pavement skateboarding, and I don't feel like I've been myself ever since. It's probably like my 6th or 7th major concussion. And yeah, it's like a reset of the brain. Feeling a little slow, needless to say. Take care of your noggins. Wear a helmet, kids. I have some good news. I've been offered the opportunity to work on the Ding Dong Show with Senior Don Barris, Corey Owl, Quinn Wright, Mr. C, Mrs. D, Mary Jane, and met some other characters that are lovely people. Most of them working out of the prestigious and glorious Hollywood, California. So for some guy from a little town of less than 2,000 people, I'm pretty excited to be a part of the show and have this opportunity. I've been writing bad comedy for almost 2 years. You gonna do another loop?
I guess so, yeah.
What's new in your life, Riel?
Not a lot.
Come on. How did the panties work out for you?
I'm pretty excited about the panties.
So we're starting a panty selling business. Oh, used panty selling business online. Real yeasty. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut that out. And no, we're not starting a panty selling business online. It's by mail order. So we're halfway through November, and
We're like 3/4.
3/4. What is it, the 19th
Two
today?
thirds. 2/3.
The 19th or the 20th?
It's the 19th. No, it's the 20th.
Oh, we were up late last night. We watched the new Ghostbusters with the sexiest man alive.
Paul Rudd.
Senior Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that really, like, I don't know. I just don't think of him as the sexiest man alive. Sorry, I like Paul Rudd. I'm a Paul Rudd fan. But he just, to me, is not the sexiest man alive.
I mean, if Paul Rudd could be the sexiest man alive, I could be the sexiest man alive.
You are the sexiest man alive.
Before I'm stage 4. Well, and I need to reiterate that I am not the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. Guy just rattled me. Talking God. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in gods. I believe
Maybe
in...
he was like, sent from Jesus to communicate something to you.
Communicate the question. Because I could take the other stance of being like, it's not wholeheartedly not true, but I'm very protective of my
Spiritual beliefs, because I don't feel a lot of people sharing them. And I like to think big.
in this multiverse. Like, if there's life on other planets, and there's one universal entity that we know of as El Gato, do they technically believe in the same universal entity that we believe in? Because here on Earth, people have all sorts of explanations for the unexplainable, and it's like proposing a rhetorical question that really has no answer. That's what gets me, where I mean, I could sit here and preach Catholicism to you all, but I don't think I'm gonna do that because it's not my shtick. My shtick is this. Just throwing people off the pathway. You know, talking about religion is like talking about aliens with people, or like the conversation that I got into today about the impending zombie apocalypse that so many people think is coming. I don't. Sorry to say. You don't need to stockpile a bunch of weapons for an event that's probably never going to occur. All these doomsdayers and fanatics, like, you want to believe that the dead is gonna come alive and start attacking people? Go watch Night of the Living Dead. You know, it might fill that void that you're missing. What's that dude's name? Bruce. Whoa, Campbell. I just need to pay attention to where I'm walking.
I can't remember.
I think it's Bruce Campbell. Making all those B-rate horror movies. Whoa! You know, watch me throw out my back. You wanna go play tennis?
Still up?
Yeah, so this is a little better. I'm stuck here in my natural habitat of walking in circles. Life is good. Focus on the similarities that you have with people and not the differences. You might learn a thing or two. Another interesting thing the guy tried to come at me with, and I told him that, people believe in thousands of imaginary gods. So he had this like preloaded, 1/4 believe in this and a quarter believe in this, a quarter, and it's like, no, it's far more compartmentalized. That talking about on or off, good or evil, is restricting yourself to believe the simplest terms of a very complex question. That it's not just a 0 and a 1. It's not some binary, that it's duplicitous, that there's multiple explanations and beliefs and values, whether it's moral or ethical. And all I could, because I'm such a godly person, I wasn't gonna violently react to the guy, because most people have good intentions. I'd like to believe that people are innately good in this world, and that a few bad apples spoil the whole crate. And I'm not some monster, but when it comes to morality, I mean, you're gonna tell the serial killer not to kill because it's wrong? Well, he thinks it's great. He loves killing people. So, yeah, it's wrong to you. There's nothing stopping people from breaking laws created by man. there's not some divine explanation for why people do things. Like, I'm a big believer in coincidence. But what's the saying? And I'm gonna say it wrong probably. It's like, what is it? Causation. Oh, correlation doesn't equal causation or something along those lines. So this is the start of the interview process. Have you started your Christmas shopping yet?
I have a few things. Yes.
I've got a birthday coming up in the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why I'm going to the Jets game with this lovely lady.
What do you want for your birthday?
Ooh, what do I want for my birthday? Some peace and frickin' quiet. How about that?
I make no promises.
Yeah. I'm not too sure. Every time I think things are going right, I'm confronted with some existential crisis that the old yin and yang. With all the good in the world, there becomes a lot of bad as well. We're gonna have to put up the old Christmas tree soon.
Yes. We do that.
Silver bells. Oh, is this the third time around? Did I suck you into 3 loops?
Yep.
Turn back time.
It'll be dark in half an hour, so
Yeah.
might as well wash away the lights.
Do you want to go walk and get some smokes?
I have a pack of smokes at home. I just forgot to grab them.
Get some smokes, eh? Another coffin in the nail. Yeah, I can't help but think that I've now damaged my brain to the extent that I am 100% dyslexic. Everything's said in hyperbole or backwards to forwards, something like that.
Well, as you can see, we got our first snowfall.
Yep. Winter came in one day.
Yeah. One day I was cracking my skull at the skate park, trying to look all cool. The next, I'm dressing like a freaking Eskimo, clubbing seals, fighting off polar bears from coming into my igloo. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You watch that movie, Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
I see that Sesame Street has an Asian American, Korean American puppet now.
No way.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Hashtag stop Asian hate here.
I like puppets.
I didn't know that anybody hated anybody.
You said it.
Like, why assume? I thought we were supposed to be on neutral ground here.
Ooh, so I'm gonna do an episode
Where I shave off the mustache. I look like I should be carrying like a gun holster.
You feel like a cowboy?
I feel like a cowboy. Turn back time. I'm strutting around and oh, I had to put the long johns on. Gonna have to make another river skating video this year.
Yeah, if it gets that cold. It always does.
The old river runners. It always what?
I said it always does.
Really dragging those feet, eh?
I'm tired. I had to work this morning. 8:30 on a Saturday. I'll tell you.
Pick up those feet. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Left, 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 right, left.
Shove a snowball in your mouth.
There's a lot of yellow snow around. I don't think I would be in. Too many
I'm
people.
gonna make cookies called snowballs. I was
Oh,
looking at the recipe yesterday.
cute puppy. Colin. He wants to get petted. What do they look like, snowballs?
Well, they're also referred to as Mexican wedding cookies.
Okay.
My mom used to make them.
Are they like a
Christmas.
sugar cookie?
Yes, they're made with powdered sugar instead of granulated sugar. And when they come out, you toss them in more powdered sugar, and they look like little snowballs.
Aw, how cute.
Should I make some Christmas cookies? Yeah, we should have like a Christmas cookie extravaganza. My mom taught me how to make these like little Christmas tree cookies that use like almond flour. They're like an almond cookie. It smells like shortbread. Oh, they're so good. And they're bite sized, and you just eat like 30 million of them.
We were talking about baking some peanut butter cookies too.
Oh yeah, I have some peanut butter. No, larger. They're best with butter.
Oh, that's right. You need butter and margarine.
I always want to make peanut butter cookies, but I never remember to buy brown sugar. Turn back time. Okay, I'm gonna end it here, and we'll set back up when we're inside, cozy, smoking cigarettes and talking smack.
Thanks for coming for a walk with us. If you want to check out the second half,
I'm gonna put it up the right way. Stay happy, be safe. Hope you have a great Christmas season. Oh, we can say,
it's American Thanksgiving this week, right?
Oh,
To all the
yeah. Black Friday. Happy Black Friday, Americans.
neighbors to the south, have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Turkey, turkey, gobble, gobble, all that good stuff.
As most non-dualistic philosophy as well. Or in a discussion
Fuck, Mark Zuckerberg's a weird looking dude.
Truck with the world's most powerful millionaires. I'm just a little man with a couple of mates making videos. But what I feel is that in alignment with our pre-existing systems and ideologies,
What do we got here?
of this
Little
scale,
spicy
so
hummus.
potential will be
Tzatziki.
another nail in the coffin of true humanity, true awakening, as we become meshed into and immersed in experiences that
Red
are
peppers, celery,
kind
carrots,
of elite forces.
crackers,
Material reality right now. So on one hand, it's a
grape
rapid change
leaf
and
wraps,
incredible
what are they?
ingenuity. On the other hand, it's just another tool of very, very powerful people to dominate your consciousness, your experience.
Nice
your life.
after walk
And it's a
snack.
powerful tool. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this is a great thing? You're going to find it attractive, right? I mean, you're going to have a go at it. Well, you
And
want
some
to,
very
I remember
strong
when I first
coffee.
went into virtual reality,
Yeah, look at the
you
color of your
don't
coffee
believe it.
compared to
It's
mine.
now people laugh at, like, ding, 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 ding. Like,
I don't know, you can see it
like that
on
anyway. That's our more done. No need
Yours
to
looks
get
like
that.
as black as night. It's got
Sign up
cream
for
in it.
a mailing list so I can connect with you whenever I need to. I promise I won't come into your mind space unemployed. And if you're in the UK,
What was I just ranting about?
come see me live between January and May next
Incels,
year. Talk about all this stuff. I never
playing
feel
video
about
games,
it too.
collecting guns because they think an actual zombie apocalypse is gonna come.
Yes, that's what you were talking about just a little while ago.
What? This is a mind virus. People have like got themselves believing so much in cryptocurrencies and the metaverse and video games. What's the term? LARPing? Live action role playing? That people's realities are like breaking down. They feel disenfranchised and with like lack of, you know, I think it's tied to like social media, which I haven't been able to go on in the last 3 days because there's a bunch of that Rittenhouse stuff on there, and it's like I don't need to absorb my life with a nothing burger, something that has no effect, something highly politicized, and I just can't help that this falls into, because since the verdict came down, it's empowered a lot of these like single virgin 30-year-olds living in their grandmother's basement to believe like it's tied to meme culture, or like goes back to what I was saying about Louis C.K., that you gotta be careful what you wish for, because all of a sudden you spend your life writing comedy or doing jokes, and then your entire work is overshadowed by your actions and becoming an actual joke or a punchline to a joke. Louis C.K.ing somebody is just jerking yourself off in the corner of a hotel room. Are you not going to say anything?
Well,
I can't help you doing it on purpose.
what do you want me to say?
I don't know. Talk out loud. There must be something going on up there. Yeah, and I feel sorry for some of these people who are in their mid-30s with very little work or purpose or meaning to their lives. They have no connection to community. They have no connection to
I didn't pay attention to the trial for the same reason. It's like it's a nothing burger. Like you said, I like that expression. I don't know much about it, but I know that we're not favoring human life with whatever decision was made.
And to believe, like, going back to what I was ranting to you about, if you're believing in zombies or
some fictional reality about aliens coming. Oh, I'm stockpiling all these guns because the alien invasion is coming. You're basically just a doomsdayer. And it's not real. Like, you know, to say that a bunch of protesters were destroying private property so it warrants you to commit such an inhuman act of violence towards another person. Like, you could burn down the entire city if you value life over property in some random object.
you would never show up somewhere with a need to protect yourself.
There was no need to show up to an area with a weapon. I know I'm getting it all mumbo jumbo, but if you live your life playing video games and thinking
the alien invasion or the zombie apocalypse is going to occur, it's a pretty good indication that reality itself has been dismantled in your mind. That, like, most people want to go to work, pay their bills, feed themselves and their family members, protect their children, take a vacation once a year, and call it a frickin' day. And, even the story of zombies is rooted in racism. Like, you could transcribe or interchange zombie with immigrant. Like, the origin stories are those God-loving Christians being fearful of voodoo culture in I don't even know what do you call that area, or Jamaica and Cuba and subtropical.
The Indies.
The old West Indies.
there's nothing more than people hate on podcasts than people chewing. I'm just stuffing my face here with a great snack. No wonder I'm not talking. Not that I have anything to say about anything. I think you do.
I mean, you've undermined the entire purpose of having a podcast by actually speaking on that podcast. But hey, you just want to sit and listen, I'm okay with that.
I just wanted to eat.
This was a party platter, so we could have a party with our guests.
Good hummus.
And this is a good.
Good coffee.
Is it wrong with me though that I feel people have it completely backwards? Like, it's the shopping experience, being in the metaverse, filled with every consumer good you possibly could ever want. But you realize you have everything in abundance. You don't need another item. It's not going to lead you to happiness. That at the end of the day, just getting out amongst nature and breathing some fresh air, having a conversation, is what people are lacking. I think it's getting convoluted where people's realities are living out of cars or in their parents' basement or living online, where they're lacking in the human connection, getting to meet a girl and taking the opportunity to introduce yourself and build relationships organically. That, you know, dating sites, and they've gamified everything to a point that it's shifting people's understanding of the world. That
people don't even know what they want anymore out of life because there is so much being offered. It's like, where do you find the meaning in things? When
intrinsic and extrinsic reward. Like, what do you want to fulfill that void of needing or wanting something? Wants and needs, compared to doing for others and having like confidence and purpose in what you're doing day to day by what you can do for others. And it could be somebody or something that's completely different from what you ever expected, or, you know, that's truly radical. We're being humble, being at peace, like filling your closet with a bunch of paperweights that you're never going to use. If somebody was to take the criminal opportunity to break into your home, you probably wouldn't have time to load your gun and shoot the person in the face. They're going to be standing over you with a butcher knife in your bed, and you're not going to get 2 feet away from your bed. You know, like, yeah, you can take what are you so afraid of? Like, what?
people have a lot of fear. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people afraid out there.
And those are 3 perfectly good examples. Fear in God, fear in the zombie apocalypse, fear in alien invasions. When doomsday comes and a comet from intergalactic space, fucking interstellar space, slams into us and leaves an extinction level fucking event, there's not much your guns are gonna do except fucking the 1 bullet in the chamber to off yourself. Like,
Yep. So your advice is just don't worry about it and have fun right now.
yeah, before you know it, you're gonna be gone. You'll realize you wasted your time getting sucked into identity politics. Well, somebody profited off your demise.
What are you gonna do?
Most people like living in their little bubbles and will continue to.
But it gets weird because it's always these people who like want to claim like they're holier than thou,
Oh.
who end up not doing the very things that could benefit themselves, others, and their community. Like, help people gain refuge if they feel unsafe. Like, why would you, like, it's this us versus them. Everyone's in conflict with each other. They've gamified it, and it's this big competition where there is other ways to live your life without thinking that you're in competition with your neighbor. And it's just like, what we watched that Gucci thing the other day.
There was a bunch of
Family members fighting over the Gucci fortune until they were all left with nothing, wasted their money, claimed bankruptcy, went to jail for tax fraud, and some corporation now owns it and can do what they want and rebrand. And
Basically, yeah.
that's where I find it funny, because it's selling an idea. Oh, this makes me rich. And it's no big secret that the rich don't wear all these designer products on a daily basis. That like they do, but they have a closet full of khakis and white shirts, right? It's not like, I think a lot of these designer brands actually sell an image or an idea of wealth, where it comes to like new money, wanting the Bugatti or the Rolex watch, because even at the market level,
Yeah.
it shows that you're wealthy
It's a status.
when most likely you're not. Like, you're still struggling. You don't have, who is the girl who just got married? Getty's? Did you see this wedding?
No.
Nancy Pelosi, like the Democratic Speaker of the House in the States, like officiated it. Fight! We got in this corner, bride, 6 foot tall with a beautiful wedding dress. But like, they were billionaire, like her oil wealth, right? The Getty's Museum, Getty's Images, the Getty's family. I think they were oil barons.
Okay.
This is old money that I was surprised watching that Gucci thing when they said for 1/3 of the company they bought him out for what, like $30 million in '88? It's an extremely low number in my eyes for the brand.
It was 3%.
No, it was 1/3
No, it was 3%.
of the company.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you got that wrong.
No. You obviously weren't paying attention to that part. Because
It was split between two brothers, leaving
Yeah.
50%.
50-50. So one of the brothers kept 40% and he gave 10% to his 3 sons and he split it 3 ways. So each son had 3.3%. Now one of the
I didn't
sons
catch that.
went with the other brother And together they had 53%, so they took majority and they took over the company together. There was a lot in there. So,
I think you overcomplicated it.
no. And it was actually 20 million. He sold his 3.3% of the company.
20 million in 1988 is nothing. You think that Gucci's an enormous brand. But even those guys selling an image of being millionaires when you're going bankrupt.
Yeah.
You spend 20 million on yachts and houses and cars. It's finite. Like, how much is too much? It seems like anything is too much.
I hope they enjoy those yachts and those private jets while they have them. What would you do with $20 million?
Bury 5 of it. Set up an elaborate treasure map. Watch people kill themselves for the next 100 years trying to find it.
You would.
Yep. The other 10 million, I would invest in Gucci. A lot of people are fearful of becoming rich because even though you lead a lavish lifestyle and you have the opportunity to go to school and it ruins your children and your grandchildren, that like, exactly, what would you do with $20 million? Most people say nothing. Like, I'd stop working at that point. Like, you have to have something that you love, or a skill, or create, or do art, or help people publish books or poetry. Like, you have to have something. What would you do?
What wouldn't I do? Buy a yacht and you'd never hear from me again.
Become a pirate? What, you're gonna live on the fucking ocean?
A girl can dream.
And again, then you're more isolated. You're off of land. What, you're gonna have 3 friends until those relationships crumble apart? Like, yeah, you could have your yacht and go to the Mediterranean for a couple weeks a year.
I'll make friends with dolphins.
It's always the dolphins. Putting a good dent in this little veggie tray.
I was hungry.
Haven't even touched my coffee. You can have a hoot. A hoot. Rootin' tootin'. Hootin'. Have a smoke.
Mm-hmm. You bet.
You can put more milk or cream in there.
Yeah. It's good though.
Or top it off with some hot water.
Actually, it's quite
Call it a herd.
strong.
Yeah. These whole discussions have spiraled into nothing. I don't know why anybody would ever want to watch these.
Are you turning this off?
No.
Oh, well, you should. You're right. Nobody wants to hear this discussion.
Come on. I'm the only one talking about it.
I'm gonna microwave my coffee.
Riel's what I like to call a professional saboteur. If you ever thought that life could just go normal, you're gravely mistaken.
Well, that's your first mistake right there.
She's like a child,
thinking that
right?
things are gonna go normal.
You're gonna have a dinner party, but your kid is in the bedroom screaming his head off, crying, making himself puke on the walls and telling you to clean it up. Well, you just spent like 20 hours. What's that meal called with like a beef tenderloin or something? Where it's like encrusted with like a pastry? Beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington.
So you spent hours preparing this beautiful meal for everybody. But your kid has another idea. Riel has another idea. Or she's just gonna fuck it all up.
Fuck you.
It'd be like planning a wedding. Getting your bridesmaids and your place settings. Just to know that the chick is gonna run off on you on the altar. Go and spend $50,000, fly your grandmother in from fucking Bora Bora.
This is Stefan's excuse of why we'll never get married. Some complete hypothetical expensive wedding that I will definitely sabotage, right?
And run off and leave me at the altar. I don't think I ever want to get married.
I want to get married like 4 times at least.
There you go. Here's the high hopes. We always gotta dead name me. My name is Princess Jezebel to you, alright? Okay, Riel's gonna get stoned. So, yeah, we'll be back.
What's Black Friday? Black Friday? Yeah, it's like a big shopping holiday. So it's a Friday. All our holidays revolve around consuming. Black Friday. Valentine's? No. Oh, that's that day. Yep. People are whack. Turn back time. So, I can also take my selfie stick out to the mall. See how quickly it gets me removed. Wait. Oh, spinning more tires, eh? Ah. What else? We should have just been walking on the sidewalk. A little bit of both. Jeez, I was dirty yesterday. Were you dirty? I gotta self-censor. Alcohol? You going to leave on in the fancy stores? Yeah. I've been talking about bucking my belt strap. No. Real doesn't want to stay in frame. Trying to be like Martin Scorsese. I'm just walking. Yeah, I thought it was okay. Hang in there. Be happy. Love life. All that wonderful motivational speech. Visualize turn your dreams into reality. We'll be back.